What's up, DCeased? Back to another video on DCeased Deadplanet, guys. The sequel to the original DCeased series written by Tom Taylor. And guys, basically that was pretty much anti-life took over the world, and we had a bunch of DC heroes who turned into zombies, right? But how this series opened up last issue was just 5 years after the world was lost to anti-life, right? But we have our Justice League. They got to a home world, and they made peace with the pretty much alien race there, so they're doing pretty good. But they got a distress signal from Earth. And Cyborg. Cyborg is calling out. He's actually alive. Now, we had pretty much a group of Justice League go over to Earth, and it was Superboy, we have Wonder Girl, Damian Wayne, which got Damian Wayne is now the new Batman, now obviously Cassie is the new Wonder Woman, and then we have pretty much Jonathan, who's the new Superboy. We also have Green Arrow and Black Canary join the group. We also had Hawk Girl. So all these heroes went to Earth, right? They make it there, they find Cyborg, and they're gonna pretty much get out of there. They arrived in like a ship, Damian's ship. Now, what happened then was Wonder Woman then showed up, scratched Green Arrow, he turned into a blind one, a zombie, and Black Canary just got crazy. She was like, no! She got super mad and actually got this sword, this green sword that can kill gods. Now, she started going after Wonder Woman, going to kill her, but what we saw was Superboy started interpreting what Cyborg was saying. What he was saying was, there's a cure. There's a cure to everything going on. All these zombies, they don't have to die. They got to be cured. And that's when Black Canary, when she goes, and by the way, Black Canary is now Green Lantern, if you guys didn't know, that happened in the original DCeased series, but when she goes to kill Wonder Woman, that's when Superboy went in front of it and got stabbed. Now, Wonder Woman still got killed because it went straight through her neck, but Superboy got stabbed too. He tried to stop the blow, and that's when he said, Dinah, there's a cure. And that's how last issue ended. Now, this issue doesn't open up directly where we left off, right? Like, we don't figure out, oh, did Superboy survive? Oh, what's going on with Black Canary? Oh, is Green Arrow gonna come back? No. Not yet. How this issue opens up, guys, is we see Roy Harper. He's actually guarding this one location of all these survivors, right? And he's looking out with goggles and he sees a whole army of zombies coming, alright? A bunch of zombies. And you hear pretty much this monologue that sometimes the world, all it needs is a hero that shines even in the darkest times. Now, Roy's looking, and then he gets like his crossbow and he goes on like a zip line down into this whole location that's guarded by like walls. Now, he says to all the people, the survivors, okay, barricade the doors, make sure these zombies don't come in and go inside, alright? Get out. And that's when we have this little girl named Gracie. She asks Roy Harper, she's like, Mr. Arsenal, are we gonna be okay? Are the zombies gonna get us? And Roy's like, no, we're good. Don't worry about it. Like, we'll just weigh them out like we always do. They won't get in here. Yeah, that's when Roy looks behind him. He's like, oh shit. And that's when we see pretty much this zombie Fire. Yeah, guys, Fire, which is a hero. She's very powerful, but she's a zombie now. And she burns Roy Harper alive, guys. She burns him alive in front of Gracie. And Gracie's just frightened. She's like pretty much freaked out. And you have all these zombies coming after her. And she's like, what am I gonna do? She's pretty much in a bad situation. Now, before we move on, can we just say R.I.P. to Roy Harper, like in every storyline? Every Elseworld storyline, I feel like Roy Harper and Green Arrow always get killed off. Like Injustice, this series, I feel like Tom Taylor just likes to kill them off. I don't know why, but like, okay, Green Arrow, he actually has a chance to survive in this series, as we find out later in this issue, but Roy Harper, he's dead. There's no way he's coming back from that game, pretty much burnt alive by fire. Now, we have Gracie. She's standing still. She's frightened. She doesn't know what to do. But that's when, out of a portal, we see Constantine. And we actually go back to a monologue that's saying, usually, all the world needs is a hero. But things are starting to get dirty, and that a hero is not enough. We actually need a complete asshole. And the person they're talking about, and that's the exact words. I'm not just cursing for no reason, guys. Like, really. That's the exact words in the comic book. And we have Constantine come out of the portal, and he's with this new team called the Shadowpact. Now, this is actually really cool because there's actually a team way back in DC Comics called the Shadowpact, and I actually like that comic. I like that team, it was really cool. But here we have the Shadowpact, and it consists of Constantine, Blue Devil, Zatanna, Red Hood, Ravager, which is Deathstroke's daughter, and we also have Ragman and the leader, Bobo, aka Detective Chimp. Now, in here we have all these 6 members. Well, it's 7, but Bobo, he's doing his own thing at the moment. But we have Constantine, he's taking down different zombies. We have Blue Devil with his trident in a way, he's taking down zombies. We have all these different pretty much members. Ragman especially, he's just using his powers to take down these different zombies. We have Red Hood, he's just shooting the heads, like he's just killing these zombies really quickly. Ravager doing the same thing, just cutting them down. So we have Red Hood shooting and Ravager just cutting them down, right? But we also have Constantine. He's trying to stop them. He's holding them off, and he tells Zatanna, go take down the fire one. And Zatanna's like, alright, I got it. Now she goes up, and what she does, she waits for the fire, the zombie fire, this one hero to come at her. And when she gets close, Zatanna pretty much does her backwards spell. She says pretty much, out with the flame. That's what she says, but backwards, obviously. And fire just pretty much flames out. Like, she's no more fire, and she just goes head into this building and dies. Now, Zatanna takes him out, and you see Constantine, and he starts leading the survivors away and getting them away from the zombies. Now, that's when he's starting to introduce himself to these survivors. He's like, hey, I'm John Constantine. But that's when Swamp Thing comes from behind him. He's like, John Constantine. He's like, I need to tell you something. And Constantine's like, holy crap, you just came out of nowhere. And we have Swamp Thing, and he's like, I need to talk to you about guarding. And Constantine's like, this is not really the best time. We can talk about it later, because I'm taking down some zombies. And Swamp Thing's like, why are you not listening to me? So what he does, and Swamp Thing's awesome here, right? This is freaking awesome. What he does is he pretty much has all these vines come out of the ground and just goes straight through the zombies. Kills a bunch of them all at once. And Constantine's like, wow, well, why should you not just leave with that? Like, kill the zombies and then we can talk. So he killed the zombies, and Constantine's like, alright, I heard about the Guardian. I know that. That's the Guardian of Poison Ivy, Harley, and it's in Gotham. That's where all the survivors are going. And so I was like, no, not that Guardian. There's actually another Guardian in Australia, and it's calling out to me. I'm pretty much out of it. I can't access it. And Constantine's like, there's no way I'm going to Australia. That place was bad before all this stuff went on. Like, pretty much everything with the anti-life. And when Constantine is talking and kind of ignoring Swamp Thing's like, shut the hell up. That's what he says, guys. And there's actually a good amount of cursing in this comic, which I don't have a problem with. But still, we have, because it kind of fits, like, Swamp Thing's part when he cusses is like, dang. And even the heroes are surprised. It's like, dang, we never heard you curse before, Swamp Thing. And Constantine's like, wow, I'm actually kind of proud. So that's when we see that, and Swamp Thing's like, well, this whole garden, because now that pretty much Constantine is listening to Swamp Thing starts explaining. He's like, so this garden, I have no access to it. It has a ring of fire, a lot of zombies around, but there's some human survivors there. And what I'm going to do to this garden, you may want to go save these human survivors. If you don't, they'll die. And Constantine's like, so you want me to go save them, right? And so I was like, yes. So what Constantine does is has Red Hood and Ravager just stay with the survivors of this whole location that they just saved. And Constantine, Zatanna, Blue Devil, and we also got Ragman and Bobo, aka Detective Chimp. They go to Australia. Now we switch to the garden in Gotham City with Harley, and we see all the survivors going with Ravager and Red Hood, and Harley's like, wait, really? She's actually kind of sad. She's like, you guys are the only ones who survived? And like, no. The other Shadowpact members are just going to Australia. And Harley's like, I didn't expect to hear that. Now, we have this whole, like, context on this whole garden, that it has the powers of Poison Ivy. Pretty much it's all wrapped up in Poison Ivy, but it's been augmented with the Tower of Fate. So it's a pretty powerful place, and it's the most, like, protected place in the world now, with everything going on with the anti-life. Now what we see is Poison Ivy gets like a signal that something is coming to the garden. And she asks Mary Marvel, pretty much Shazam, and Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson, go up to check this out. Now they go up in the sky, and what they find is Cassie, aka Wonder Girl, with Superboy, and he's bleed. So now we're going back to what happened at the end of the issue when Superboy got stabbed. So they got away from that situation, and we have, they go in, and Dr. Fate, first, before they bring him to the garden, he checks if this is a zombie, Superboy. But he's like, no, he's just been stabbed with a magical thing. So they bring him in, and that's when we have Black Canary with the Green Lantern powers. She actually has control the entire, like, Damian ship, and she leads it into this garden, right? And all these different heroes from last issue come out of it. And what we see is we have Hawk Girl with Cyborg. She comes out. We have Wonder Girl holding Superboy. They come into the garden. But next what we see, which is really awesome, I love this scene, guys. We have Damian walk out, right? And he sees Jason Todd. He's like, Jason, you're alive. He's like, I didn't know any other Bat family member was alive. Now, Damian walks up to Jason. He's like, Jason, you're alive. That's awesome. That's great. And we have Jason. He's like, you're Batman. He's like, you became Batman. Damian's like, yeah. Pretty much Batman, he placed it onto me because he believed in me. Are you fine with that? And Jason says, our father made a lot of bad decisions, but this is not one of them. And you see Jason just hug Damien close to him. It's a very emotional moment. And guys, Tom Taylor can only do these moments. Like, I swear, Tom Taylor, great writer, but sometimes he makes all these emotional moments that you're like, come on, really? You're getting to me. It's very like, just, it's a quick moment, but it hits home so much. I say it's the best, pretty much scene in the entire issue from here, right? Now we see next is then we have Black Canary arrive in Siscaria with Green Arrow, and she has Green Arrow surrounded by like pretty much a construct, but he's a blight, he's a zombie, and Poison Ivy's like, no, get out of here. We haven't pretty much accepted any zombies into this place for 5 years. We're not gonna have you ruin our pretty much this safe place. And that's when Black Canary's like, I'm not just gonna leave him. And Poison Ivy's like, then you'll have to leave and defend for yourself out there with all the other zombies. And Black Canary's like, she's thinking, she sees Poison Ivy raise all these roots and all these mines up to pretty much attack her. And Black Canary's like, alright, I'll leave. So she leaves. They get out of there, and then she's like, that man is dead. That's what Poison Ivy says. That's when Hawkmoon's like, no, there's actually a cure. And that's when we find out that Cyborg starts talking, right? He starts saying that, yeah, I found out there's a cure. We can actually save all these people. And then Dr. Fate is like, wow, we have magic, we have science, but now we have hope. And that's when we see next, guys, is Cassie, you know, Wonder Girl. She's with Damien, and she's kind of crying. She's pretty much having a breakdown because she had to see Wonder Woman pretty much die, get infected. And Damien's like, I'm here for you, whatever you need. He takes off his mask, and they kiss. So pretty much Cassie and Damien are a thing, which surprised me. I was like, really? Oh, okay, that's not bad. Like, it surprised me, but yeah, I don't know, I ship it. But now what we move to next, I know there's gonna be some people like, you ship that? And I'm fine with it. Like, it's not that bad. But we ship to Australia, and we have the Shadowpact arriving, and we see them arrive to this whole area. And this area, what we see is pretty much like a bunker, surrounded by a ring of fire, surrounded by like a blood moat, surrounded by thousands of zombies. And that's what Blue Devil says. Well, you know, we can just go home, sit back, have a beer, and that's it. Constantine's like, no, we gotta save these people. And that's what Constantine tells Zatanna, hey, lift us all up, and we'll fly over the moat and make it to the ring of fire, and then save these people. So Zatanna lifts Constantine, Ragman, Bobo, Detective Jim, Blue Devil, and herself up, right? They start going over these zombies. They make it to the blood mode. And that's when Bobo's like, wait, something is shifting in pretty much the blood mode. And Ragman's like, what is that? And it turns out it's like, no, and it's actually a zombie plastic man, guys. This is crazy, right? This is one of the most craziest moments in this issue, because it's not just one regular blood mode. No, this is actually a zombie plastic man that's stretched out, and you see him just attack, right? You see a bunch of just sharp, pretty much plastic go up, and it stabs right through Zatanna, through her mouth, through her eyes, pretty much stopping the spell. It stabs right through Blue Devil, kills him, stabs right through Ragman, and so we have Ragman, Zatanna, and Blue Devil just killed like that, falling to their deaths into this blood moat, or into the plastic man. And we have Constantine and Bubble, they're just screaming, they're the only ones left, and they're falling into Plastic Man now, which has a bunch of teeth. He has razor sharp teeth and a lot of tentacles going around him. So they're about to die. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this, but the issue ends, and you see a group from afar in this bunker watching, and it says, next, a greater evil. So guys, this is really cool, because now we went from just a zombie thing to something more interesting pretty much going on behind the scenes. I'm really excited to see how this turns out, and guys, this issue is really great. The art was phenomenal. The writing was really great. I love the whole idea of pretty much a Plastic Man, a zombie version of Plastic Man that's like pretty much disguised as a blood mode that attacks. Like, that's just badass. And then the whole bunker, like, just the whole sequence at the end was just so great. And guys, the introduction to the Shadowpact at the beginning was awesome. And guys, the whole thing with how they brought issue number 1, the heroes from issue number 1 into this story, it felt like everything was getting tied up, but also more things coming up, like more storyline, which is really cool. And by the way, my favorite scene in this issue is the one between Jason and Damien. That was just so emotional and so good, right? It hit home for me. But yeah, guys, overall, I'm gonna give this issue a 9 out of 10. I definitely recommend you guys better be reading this series. It's really worthwhile. Like, Tom Taylor is killing right now. He has this series, then his digital series, DCeased Hope at World's End, and Injustice Year Zero. And guys, I'm gonna check that out right after I make this review. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. In the comment section below, tell me your thoughts on this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part in this issue? What do you think about the interaction between Jason and Damien? What do you think about Plastic Man? What do you think about the Shadowpact? And what are your theories for next issue? But guys, like the video, give a big thumbs up. You channel, make subscribe to my next DCeased Deadplanet review. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.